Okay, let's take a look. So in the previous lesson, okay, we talked about the health benefit of the kriya and the kundalini. So this one, once we talk about the health benefit of kriya kundalini, you notice that it can heal and enlighten a person in an amazing way. It helps in detoxifying and cleanse the body and balancing the nervous system. We experience some of it. Besides, they will have the powerful effect on the lymphatic system also, and free itself to start emotions. Besides, the kriya can boost the circulation, of the blood circulation, and the Nauli kriya is also mentioned, in this paragraph. Okay, Nauli kriya is the activity that you try to, it's the activity that you put a cloth to your stomach and then you try to clean your stomach by using a cloth. Okay, this we call it a Nauli kriya. Oh, sorry, no. Nauli kriya meaning to say that this is the abdominal exercise, and the intensive exercise will make our stomach getting stronger and stronger. I think all the internal organ, which is related to the digestive, will be very strong. Now we go to the kriya as the mudras and pranayama. Elena, please.
Spontaneously by their kundalini, or having what's called a kundalini. Sometimes when this happens, the kriyas arise spontaneously. Repetitive movement seems to move the yogi along in ways they have no control, or yogic hand gesture are often included here. An entranced yogic might be spontaneously moving his or her hands into various mudras when experiencing this state of kundalini energy moving through them. These experiences have been described as many as aesthetic and divine. It all sounds deeply transcendental and even mystical to those of us who have never In encouraging energy to flow freely, Reiki provides a sense of deep relaxation and healing. That can be. This guide provides an introduction to Reiki and how it can help to clean the energetic blocks in your body. There are simply hundreds of kriyas in the past pantheon and yogic techniques, all of which benefit the body and the mind in different ways. In fact, kriyas aren't restricted to the world of kundalini yoga. The pranayama technique called nadi shohana is an example of a kriya. Some refer to it as nadi shohana kriya. With this kriya, we cleanse the energy channels of pranic pathway of the body. We also balance the left and right side of the brain, which helps to support a good meditation.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now we try to go through kriya as the mudra and the pranayama. Elena, finish highlighting? Finish. Thumbs up, please. Okay. Okay, before this, we should go to one of the, we have to go through the 8 limbs of yoga first. So we call it Astanga yoga. 8 limbs yoga. Astanga yoga. 8 limbs of yoga. Let's take a look. This is the so-called 8 limbs of yoga. Totally, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there will totally be 7 now. Okay, okay. So just now, the title mentioned is the kriya and pranayama. Take a look. Pranayama is number 4, right? Number 4. Okay. Well, since we have gone through the way of Buddhahood, have you ever? Are you able to recall that? Is there any pranayama? Have pranayama ever been mentioned in the way of Buddhahood? Yes or no, class? No worry, I will let you to copy down later on. We go through all this first. Okay, has pranayama been ever mentioned in the way of Buddhahood? Yes or no? Pranayama. Okay, Sally, I on the mic for you. Yes?
The word itself, no, I have not seen it.
Yes, that's true. Meaning to say that pranayama is not the elements in the Buddhism. Okay, please take a look here. How about the samadhi? Is it mentioned before? Samadhi in the way of Buddhahood?
Yes.
Yes, okay, very clear. All right. How about the dhyana?
Yes.
Yes, we are quite familiar, right? So meaning to say dhyana and samadhi has already been mentioned before. Dharana? Yeah, Mr. Leong, yes. Dharana?
What is the meaning of dharana?
Okay, we try to go through it. We need to say that it is not familiar. So we are hesitate. Once you hesitate, we need to say that you are not familiar with it. Okay. Then you see pratyahara? No, not familiar, right? Okay, pranayama, yes. How about asana? The way of Buddhahood?
Buddhahood, no, but here, yes.
No, no, you see, okay, how about niyama and yamas? Okay, not familiar, okay. We try to go through it first. Okay, let's take a look. Number 1, once we talk about the yamas, you see, okay, the yama. Okay, yama means what? Yama are ethical rules in Hinduism and can be thought as a moral imperative. Yes, is this mentioned before? Moral. Yes, meaning to say that in Buddhism we use as a precept, but they use it as a yama. You see or not? Ahimsa, you see, and non-violence, truthful, non-stealing. All right. So meaning to say that first one is both of us share the same. Take a look to the niyama. Niyama is the second component. All right. Includes virtues, habits, and observance. Okay. Example, you see. Okay. Clearness of mind, speech, and body, contentment, persistent perseverance, study of the sutra. Well, do you think it is mentioned before in Buddhism? Yes, right. But meaning to say that we are using different terminology only. So first, second, we share the same, all right? But asana is quite clear that we don't have. Asana means what? The posture. It is not available in Buddhism. And the pranayama is what? Let's take a look. Pranayama is the control of the breath. Yes, take a look. This is the diagram. They do the nadi sodana. Okay. Okay, nadi sodana means what? They will try to press one nose and let the air how to say flow out from a left nose, and then they will press the left nose and let the air free from the right nose. I mean this action will do in the alternate wave, okay, and they will have a special random. In yogaism, they believe that once you try to control the breath, you from one hole to another hole, meaning to say that you are able to control the Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi. Let's take a look. This is the Nadi dimension. Let's take a look. This is the Ida and Pingala Nadi. Ida Nadi is the moon Nadi. Okay. Pingala Nadi is the sun Nadi. Here you see. Pingala is the sun Nadi. Ida Nadi is the moon Nadi. Then is the middle Nadi. You see, this is a more accurate diagram, meaning to say that both Nadi, they cross over the chakra before reaching to the crown chakras. Okay. Once you try to do the Nadi Sodhana, you'll be able to balance the brain. Okay, once you stabilize the Nadi, at the same time you stabilize the brain, and the outcome is you got a better meditation performance. I tried this before, but it doesn't work well with me. It doesn't. But you can try it out. Okay, okay. How to? You are encouraged to try. It doesn't matter. Since we share a lot of things. Class, this Nadi Sodhanam, it aims to balancing the brain, and also it aims to triangle the mind. Sometimes you found that your mind is not stable, over agitated or over passive. You can try the Nadi Sodhanam. It doesn't work for me. So class, how do we know that? Let's take a look. If let's say you go to the Google, you go to the this. Okay, usually we will keep the Nadi Sodhanam. Yes, no. I don't aim to show that. I aim to show this only. No, Nadi Sodhanam. Let's take a look. You see, a lady, it doesn't matter. I think.
Hola, soy Suanlan. Bienvenido. Con dos mudras, mano izquierda and chin mudra.
Show the mudra.
Can you move your picture to another corner?
Usando los dos orificios nasales. Y empezamos Nadi Shodhana con 4 tiempos sin retencia. Empieza a inhalar izquierdo 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait lah. Nadi Sodhanam. Elena, even though I moved the picture out, there's still a box in the right corner there. I can't move it out actually.
Oh, because now it's on the left corner.
Oh yes, let's take a look. Nadi Sodhana, you see. They will set mudra first with this mudra, and then there is a sequence to do from left to right to right to left. Okay, you can try it out. We call it Nadi Sodhanam. Okay. You can get the procedure easily lah. Just very easy. You just type online. No worry for the accuracy. In the beginning, it doesn't matter. You please try it. See how good your performance are after you do it in meditation. Okay. Yeah, it will from left to right. You just flow the breath. Check the YouTube lah. I think if I broadcast the YouTube, if I play the YouTube, you can't see properly because the line problem. Okay, let's continue. So class, meaning to say that in this pranayama, it is not available in Buddhism. How about the pratyahara? Let's take a look. Okay, what's the meaning? It's a drawing within one's awareness. It is the process of retracting the sensory experience from the external object. Yes. Is it mentioned in Buddhism? Retract your senses from the external object. Yeah, sure. It does mention a higher question. We always say, be mindful once you watch, be mindful once you hear. That is the same meaning only. The pratyahara meaning to say that we, both of us, we share the same idea. And next, let's take a look. It's about what? Then we go to the dharana. See what's the dharana? Concentration, introspective focus, or one-pointedness, dharana. Do we have dharana? Sure, God with God. Okay, so meaning to say that from here we understand that in the Astanga Yoga, yama, niyama is the same with God, pratyahara with God, dharana with God, dhyana with God, samadhi with God. The only thing we don't have is the asanas and pranayama. Class, asana and pranayama appeared just once you practice the spontaneous qigong. Do you realize that or not? Do you realize not? So this is the reason why we do the qigong. The reason is if you just practice the Buddhism without the qigong part, without the pranayama and also the asanas, we never get the benefit from two of it. We don't get the benefit. Okay, we never get the benefit. Let's take a look. What are the benefits in asanas and pranayama? Let's take a look. Asanas. I see. Let me check the benefit of it. Okay, never mind. Here it doesn't mention here, but practically in asanas, we notice that during doing the asanas, we are trying to healing the body. If let's say you wound in your vertebra, you will bend yourself. Remember? Okay. The way I see Elena, you got hip wound. All right. There will be some posture to move your hip. All right. And then I remember because some people, especially they got the neck injury. They got an injury in the neck and the shoulder. The movement will keep on at that particular part. It happens to Mrs. Leong also. So that is the advantage of the asana. Without practicing it, if you skip it to the meditation, you will notice that you can't sit long because all the pain, they will come out by themselves. All the hidden pain will come out. That is the asanas, which we include it in our qigong. So second is the pranayama. What is the benefit of the pranayama? Basically, pranayama is not just a nadi sodhana only. It includes some fast breathing, fast breathing to increase the energy, all right. And nadi sodhana and also some nauli kriya that will make our body, to cleanse the body and detoxify the body. All is included in pranayama. During we do the qigong, I think the fast breathing doesn't occur among our students. It happens to me. I shown to Sally before the fast breathing. I can't show it now because my stomach's still full. It's not suitable to show the fast breathing. And then besides this fast breathing, sometimes we do some kumbhaka also. Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka meaning to say that stop breathing. Is there anyone experienced stop breathing during the qigong? Can you put up your hand? Just totally stop the breathing. You never are. It happens to me before. We call it kumbhaka, just termination of the breathing for a long term. The purpose to terminate the breathing is to to stop the mind. Why? Because our mind and also the mind and the breath both grow and also move together. Once you stop one party, the other party will be stopped. I mean, consecutively. So that is the meaning why once we're able to control our breath, we are able to control our mind. And we are able to control our mind we will be able to control our breath at the same time. Okay. So let's take a look. So that is we call it as the pranayama. So let me see first. It's the control of the breathing. I will. Yes. Yeah, please. Any
Pranayama in this what you call
You're not that clear. Can you repeat again?
in Theravada meditation, there is also a technique long breathing, like longer and longest breathing. They also have a shorter and shortest breathing. This
no.
breathing.
No, that is a little bit different, Mr. Leong. Okay, in Anapanasati, long breathing and short breathing is the natural process, and we without any control over it. But in the pranayama, in the pranayama, they are purposely to control the breath in order to control the mind. It's a quite totally different things. Okay, between the Theravada and the yoga, different things. Okay, so that is the some things I would like to show. I have shown you roughly. You understand already. So please copy down this. I think it is good for you to copy down. Ashtanga yoga. Yeah, class. Please copy down 1 to 8. Okay, just besides the notes.
8 limbs.
Oh, Elena finished. Wait. Sally, you finished? Please thumb up, Sally. Finish already. So soon. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, well, it is. I mean, the 8 limbs of yoga clearly show us that is the how to say. This is the step by step. This is the step by step of the yogaism. And after the 8, after they go through one by one, they will attain to the samadhi. It seems samadhi are their final goals. Let's take a look. This is their final goal in yogaism. Samadhi, putting together, joining, or sometimes they call it as a union, you see. This is the union now. Samadhi is the oneness with the subject of the meditation. Okay, then they say this, besides that, they say that samadhi is the spiritual state which one mind is so absorbed in whatever it is contemplating. For yogaism, they make samadhi as a final goal. Well, it is similar with the Buddhism. We make samadhi as final goal. Yes or not?
No.
Yeah, no. What are our final goals?
Nirvana.
Yeah, nirvana. What is the technique in order to achieve the nirvana?
Meditation.
Yes, no, vipassana. Yeah. Mr. Leong mentioned again. What is it?
Vipassana meditation.
Yeah, that's true. So you see, it's quite clear that in order to make ourselves different with the yogaism, that will be the vipassana, but not the samadhi. Meaning to say that from the holding the precept to the samadhi, yogaism show a lot of similarity with Buddhism. But in order to make ourselves exceptionally different, it might be the vipassana. Okay, but anyway, it seems that for yogaism, the pranayama and also the asanas is their unique, is the privilege. In order to get the benefit, we have to borrow them inside to make ourselves more complete. You get it? So this is what we are doing now. We are by borrowing their asanas and also the pranayama doesn't mean that we are taking refuge to them. It doesn't mean that we just want to borrow something from them only to make us more healthy. Okay, now we go back to our text. Let's take a look. Okay, it mentioned the kriya arise spontaneously with the repetitive movement. Okay, well, I have already sort of some diagram to make things easy. So let's take a look. But I mentioned about the movement. Okay, so we have a chi circular in this way. So it makes our body shift from front to the back. And once the energy moves at the front, we will swing to the back. Once the energy moves from the back, we will swing to the front. Okay. So this is the first one. This is the repetitive movement. Secondly, is this movement. Okay. Once the energy moves from the left, we will just from left to right or from right to left, we will just swing in this way. From left to right, from right to left. Thirdly, once the energy, let's take a look. Once the energy flow in a circular manner, we will shift. We will shift our body in the circular manner too, in a repetitive way. Well, this is the some things. Okay, this is with so-called a repetitive movement. Next is about the mudra. Mudra is the yogic hand gesture. Let's take a look. This is the yogic hand gesture. This is the gesture without. This is the gesture which is asymmetrical, with the asymmetrical. How to say which is asymmetric, but this is the gesture with the symmetric. I see. This is the symmetric, meaning to say that left and right both are balanced. We call it symmetric. Okay. Whereas just now, left, if there's imbalance between left or right hand, we call it asymmetric. Mr. Liao, which one? Okay, let me on for you. Asymmetrical or asymmetrical?
Asymmetrical.
Asymmetrical. Okay. So this is the symmetrical gesture. Okay. Shall I know? Anybody experience the symmetrical gesture? Put up your hand. Is there anyone experienced this before?
This one is by the high priest or monks. Normally
no. During the qigong only. Have you ever performed this gesture? I think Mr. Leong do it before, right? Mr. Leong got. Mr. Leong, the gesture. Do you perform the symmetrical gesture? Symmetrical. How about the asymmetrical? You never experienced before.
Not obvious.
Not obvious, but this is very obvious lah. The balance from left to right, very obvious. Okay. How about Mrs. Leong? Experience before. 有做過呢個手印係咪？有打過呢種left or right Sally 有冇打過 ？No. Elena 都係冇學。Okay, never mind. Once we try to mention it, you can hint yourself. You will perform it maybe later. Okay. And next we go. So I think Mr. Leong, you will be very surprised. Without learning the mudra, without learning from the Tibetan Buddhism, you are able to perform by yourself. Can you tell me, what do you feel? Once it first happened to you, especially the mudra?
I feel as if there's a divine force, what you call directing the energy, me to perform it.
Oh, Okay, you still think that you still deem it that there's the external force, but not internal force by yourself. You don't think so.
I think because the force, you can say internal or external. I think it's internal. I can call it internal, not external.
Yeah. Why? The reason is you never learned this before. Since you can perform it so perfectly and beautifully, you will suspect it might be some external force to help you. Right? Am I right? Yes. So wonderful, huh? Okay. Okay. Next, let's see. Okay. Since the mudra can be various mudra, and some people may find it is mystical. Huh? Well, Ricky, I don't want to go through the Ricky. Huh? Okay, maybe we can have a look to more on the top 10 mudra for yoga practice. We can have a look. Not this. Oh, no, this is yoga and kriya. Okay, then I lost already. Huh? Doesn't matter. Huh? Okay. I will find other day for you all. Okay, now let's take a look. According here, there are simply 100 of the kriya in the vast pantheon of the yogic technique. Okay, there will be 100 and 1,000 of the kriya. The pranayama technique called the nadi sodanam is a simple way of the kriya. Just now we mentioned it before. Okay, and which is supportive to the good meditation practice. Okay, I think it is not difficult to get the procedure for the nadi sodanam. See, nadi sodanam. They call it alternate breathing also. Just I see a lot of benefit here. Okay, how to practice? You see, very clear lah. Just follow the introduction, the step. Just follow the step by step. Then you will get the thing clearly. All right. Okay, so second, next we go to the kriya and inner transformation. Sally, can you please write it out? Okay.
Kriyas is to free us from our bad habits and replace them with ones is what known as the advanced abdominal strengthening kriya. This kriya consists of a set of 13 postures that bring breathing techniques and deep abdominal strengthening movements together. Kriyas that work on the core also work on the third chakra, the place where the fires of transformation are said to reside. So if we can get energy going in this area, we can be empowered to begin the challenging process of our inner transformation. Many yoga schools, especially Kundalini Yoga, believe that practicing a particular kriya every day for 40 days is what needed to form new habits and to get rid of old ones. 40 is a magic number here. The practices are best done first thing in the morning before your day takes off in every which way. The kriya becomes a new habit, the one that replaces the bad one you're working to eliminate. Taking the next step. It is
No,
important.
okay. Yeah, please finish it. About to finish.
It is important to note that kriyas can be very advanced in nature, so you might want to explore them with the guidance of an experienced teacher. You will not want to go trying to awaken your kundalini energy by practicing advanced kriyas at home on your own if you are a beginner. These days, there are many experienced kundalini yoga teachers available to lead and guide you, at least in the beginning stage of your practice. If you are interested to learn more about the various kriyas kundalini yoga, if there is a kundalini class in a yoga studio in your hometown. The world of kriyas is vast. Explore them slowly and mindfully.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Now the article mentions the other it mentioned regards to advanced abdominal strengthening kriya. So let's take a look. What is it? It seems quite interesting that this kriya can help to get rid of our negative habits, and it will involve the fire of transformation in our third chakra, the navy chakra. Let's take a look. maybe strengthening kriya. Yes, okay, this is the posture. Can strengthen the abdominal. We call it as, I don't know what's the name. This is the practice we can use to strengthen our abdominal. Go through a little bit.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct. On your back, triangle pose. Otherwise, strong navel, pump the navel, breath of fire. The breath of fire is an exhale through the nose as you pump your navel toward your spine. Pump your navel as you exhale.
Oh, I get it. I remember, Sally, remember, we tried the pose before, we performed the pose before, but we just performed the pose without doing the fast breathing in the abdomen. If we do the fast breathing in the abdomen, then meaning to say that we have done this before. Maybe next time I will show you how to do the fast breathing, but the fast breathing is appeared during my qigong. If without qigong, I don't know whether it is safe for you to practice or not. If you are not ready and over practice of the fast breathing, it can cause how to say you will feel faint, but it won't cause any it won't cause any fatality, but just you feel faint, that's all. You can have a try next time. If you feel very weak, once you do this strengthening abdominal, you can really to boost up the fire from the abdomen. I use it quite frequent once I feel sick. Okay. Then finally we go to this sentence. Okay. According to yoga school, he said 40, you should take 40 days to practice, to form the new habit, to get rid of the old one. I never heard about 40 is a nice number for it. How about your own experience? Have you ever heard about the 40 is the number? No, you see what number that people used to think, they said 21, right? After 21 times, you can form a new habit, not 40, right? We don't know what is the origin from of the 40. Okay, but finally it's about this. You should not go to try awakening kundalini by yourself. Yes, according to this article, what they do is exactly same what we're doing here. Usually, we discourage you initiate you try to awaken the kundalini by yourself, but must be with our guidance. How about you all? If let's say the author of this book, if you literally go through to this book, okay, the author will encourage the people to practice by their own. How about your opinion? Sally, do you think it is suitable to start the spontaneous qigong by themselves without the guide of a teacher? Do you think it's good?
No.
Why?
You don't know what's happening because you don't have you don't know anything about it. Then you want to try. If anything happens, then
if after reading the books and then start by themselves, it is encouraging.
Actually, it depends on the person itself.
Okay.
Not everybody can do it, you see.
You mean it depends on individual,
Yes.
How about Mr. Leong? What's the opinion? After reading the whole book and start by your own.
I think reading the book is not a practical experience, but once we have the basic experience like Frosim Fu teaching us, then we have the confidence. And if we have what we call more.
They freeze already. Yeah. I got it. So meaning to say that you discourage people begin by reading only lah. You discourage it. Okay. How about Elena? Like I on the mic for you. Yes, please.
Normally, I try to get a teacher lah. Otherwise, I would just read the book and just for knowledge only.
You're not daring to do the things without the guidance of the teacher lah. Okay. So I think maybe the way we do. Do you agree that the way we do is good? Is first 8 hours without any knowledge first. Then after 8 hours, we give you the knowledge. But before finishing of the 3-month period, it's still under the guidance, and don't go to see the internet first. After the 3 months, then you are able, then you are encouraged to go if you want to. Do you agree with this procedure? Is this better? More comprehensive. Okay. So thank you so much. Okay. Now we continue the second article, please. It's about the Siddha Yoga. Okay. Well, from this article, it mentioned about the 4 stages of the Siddha Yoga, meaning to say that it will tell us if you continue to do the Qigong, how far you can go. But I have gone through the whole article. I noticed that not everybody will experience whatever the article mentioned. Not that exactly. You are eating, Mr. Leong? What are you eating? Elena also eating? Oh, yeah. Oh. This is not a canteen. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Never mind, we can relax a little bit. Okay. Let's try to go through the condense. Okay. Okay. Since both of you are eating, so let Sally read through it. Please read through the condense, Sally.
She will have to go slowly because I didn't print out this one.
You didn't print it out. Okay.
I forgot to print it out.
Okay, I do it slowly. Yes, please.
Okay. What is Kundalini? What is Kundalini? Kundalini frequently asked questions. Symptoms of Kundalini awakening. Siddha Yoga, most effective and simplest of all yogas. Siddha Yoga, 3 methods of awakening. The Shakpat, meditation and self-awakening. Qualities of Sipat, Isha, and meditation. Real life divine practices after awakening. Topics of Siddha Yoga. Siddha Kundalini initiation. Arambha Avastha, initial stage of Siddha Yoga. Gata Avastha, second stage of Siddha Yoga. Paricha Avastha, third stage of Siddha Yoga. Some more up. Nishapati Avastha, fourth stage of Siddha Yoga. The liberated one, state of yoga. What yogi experiences?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sorry, I forgot to print.
Reading so hard because a lot of this is the Indian words. Arambha Avastha, Gata Avastha. Okay. Elena, have you finished eating? I want you to read. Finish eating. All right. Siddha Yoga Kundalini initiation, please.
One sadhak is initiated into Siddha Yoga by Siddha Guru. The Kundalini begins the process of spiritual purification, which eventually leads to self-realization on the path of Siddha Yoga. This can happen only with consistent effort, meditation and purification of karma and trigunas by the sadhak on the path of Siddha Yoga. The process of purification of the subtle body and removing the past karma, samskaras, questions take at least several decades to several lives. The initiate dormant Kundalini Shakti is awakened by the Siddha Guru during initiation, which depending on the accumulated impression of his past karma impressions and the diligence with which he practices meditation, sadhana, he will likely have amazing spiritual experiences on his way to self-realization. At the same time, I would like to underplay the importance of the experiences of Siddha Yogi goes through, because the experiences themselves are just a sign of the presence of the God on the path of Siddha Yoga. Experiences themselves are not divine or the realization of divine, and the divine experience should be ignored by Sakkha. Throughout this journey, although Siddha Guru will always be there for specific guidance, the initiate will be guided automatically by his own awakened Kundalini energy. Kundalini is an intelligent cosmic energy that knows about Siddha Yoga Sakkha more than the Sakkha, especially during the conduct of his Siddha Sadhana. Consistent and diligent practice of meditation will gradually result in the opening and cleansing of the spiritual pathway, Nadi, needed for the Kundalini to eventually find its way to the Sahasrara Chakra, spiritual center in the brain, resulting in the Siddha Yoga experience, awareness merging with the Chaitanya, i.e. the Siddha Sakkha achieving self-realization and eventually liberation. This is the attaining of the God, that is the divine awareness or the salvation or the bliss, Satchit Ananda, Chaitanya, Moksha, supreme awareness, supreme consciousness of the soul that brings eternal bliss to the Siddha Yoga Sakkha.
Okay, thank you so much. Never mind. Okay, we stop here. Quite a big chart already. Yes, Mr. Leon, what are you laughing, huh? Let's take a look. So this is the karma and the moksha. Okay, both words is quite similar in our Buddhism. I think there's there's a common. I think there's a lot of common between the Buddhism and Yogaism. The reason is both are originated from Indian, so they will share the similar terminology. And I believe that sometimes maybe the Hinduism, they are more older than Buddhism. Why? Because Shakyamuni initiate, Shakyamuni initiate the Buddhism and based on the Hinduism. So there's a lot of similarity in terminology we can notice in the article. Now let's take a look. There's a few facts only. Firstly, is about there's an initiation. Let's take a look. The initiate dormant Kundalini Shakti is awakened by a Siddha Guru. I don't know whether you realize or not. Once we talk about the initiation by the Guru, in Theravada, Mahayana, and Tibetan Buddhism, only Tibetan Buddhism will have a ceremony of initiation and empowerment. Sally, have you ever heard about that? In Tibetan Buddhism? Yes, sir. But it doesn't happen in Theravada and Mahayana. You think why? Yelena? You don't know. How about Sally? You think why? Mr. Leong, yes. Why?
I think because the rites and rituals are not what you call in Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism teaching.
Oh. Actually, there's how to say, it is related to the history of Buddhism. Okay, Theravada Buddhism is established quite early. It's about, I think, maybe just before 1st century. It's already starting spreading the teaching already. Then for Mahayana teaching, it's about 6th century. It's about, I think about 4 to 5 century, it started beginning already. From Indian, then it spread to the China. And about the Tibetan Buddhism is about, I think, 7th century. Tibetan Buddhism absorbed a lot of elements and ritual from Hinduism. You get it? It absorbed a lot. So meaning to say that, you see, now we see the Yogaism, they have a process of the initiation and empowerment, which is similar with the Yogaism, which is similar with the Tibetan Buddhism. Because Tibetan Buddhism, they are more later and they absorb already the elements from the Hinduism. But there's no good and bad, as long as you just make full use of it and purify it accordingly. It doesn't matter. Since we are not Tibetan Buddhism, we don't do the initiation process. We don't do it. Once you come, I think we got an initiation. Signing the contract is the initiation, I think. You remember the contract? You cannot ask for compensation from me. You cannot ask for reimbursement for me. And make sure you are mentally and physically fit. I think that's the initiation. Am I right? The contract itself is the initiation. But we make it, but we legalize it. We don't do it in the spirituality. I think in Tibetan Buddhism, the initiation is to make in order to raise up the confidence from the student. I think that is the purpose for the initiation. But here we don't do. So after the contract and also the submission of the $200, that is also partial of the initiation. Then after the whole process, a refund back. I think that is the initiation we are having here. Yes.
Next time you should do initiation. I give you power, I give you energy.
Okay, and the way I see actually, I was going through the YouTube in this Kundalini Yoga. Yeah, they do the initiation by using the mantra. Just like what I do. I chant the Tapejo, then you start to move a lot, right? That is exactly the same. And also, I sometimes I will try to snap the finger to raise up your energy. That is exactly what they do. But they just make it a ceremony and make it more secretive. You know this or not? In Tibetan Buddhism, they involve a lot of secretive ritual. Very secret. No people will know one. But we make it open now. We don't make it a secretive. And so we don't think for other. Okay, let's take a look. So they say they go through an initiation. There's one good point that the experiences themselves are not the divine. Okay, and the divine experiences should be ignored by the sadhaka. Should be satanga. You see, according here, Kundalini is an intelligent cosmic energy that knows about the Siddha Yoga, Satanga more than the Sadhaka. Class, are you agree that your energy is smarter than you and understand you better than yourself? Do you agree? Yes or why Sally, you laugh reluctantly? Huh? You agree, laugh reluctantly. Why?
Because when I have problems, it will tell me.
Oh, the energy will tell you.
Yeah, tell me I have to do whatever I have to do.
Yes, are you sure it's not the energy? Are you sure this is the energy who is telling you, but not the ghost who to tell you? Huh?
No lah, no ghost lah. Maybe Dharma protector.
Okay, but in the form of energy lah, right? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
How about Mr. Leong? Why you agree that the energy is smarter than you? Huh?
Actually, in fact, in my opinion, actually the mind is more than energy, because the mind can control the energy when it comes.
Yeah, but anyway, sometimes energy also smart because it comes that without your realization. Am I right? Actually, both they influence each other lah. How about Elena?
It's very smart lah, because places where I don't have the pain, they will make me pain. They will make me do something.
Really? Well, it is smart because it make you pain, not making you painless. Yeah, something's wrong. I think now you have been controlled by the energy. Am I right? You have been controlled by the energy now. So you are happily for making pain. All right. So while no two initiation, we have the same set of spiritual practice. Okay, never mind. Between the consecutive steps. Okay. Now we got the 4 stages. Okay, class, I think I do want to go through because time's almost up already. Okay, so in next lessons, we'll go through the stage one by one. Please print it out. The reason is you might, if you continue, just do the free flow. It might happen accordingly. And 4 stages, stage 3 and 4 is quite profound. Sometimes we involve some clairvoyance, some power that we involve. Of course, and the description even better than this book. The 4 stages even better than this book. But I don't experience all. I have practiced for quite a long time for the spontaneous qigong. Not all, okay. But since your time for practicing is not as long as me, it might happen to you. So make sure you photo step. And we go through in detail. Okay. So I think that's it for the class for today. Okay, it comes together. Not yet. Bye bye, Mr. Leong.